Now today, when the ruling came down, describe where you were, what you felt, the emotion going through you. Put it into words.
Wow. Well, the ruling came down at 10 o'clock, and I was stuck in traffic. Talking to NOW, National Organization for Women, trying to organize this event, and I got a text from Straight and Gay Alliance, Debbie Frazier, that said DOMA was dumped.
DOMA was done.
DOMA was done. So I was stuck in traffic.
Wow.
On the way to work. I didn't get any work done. We were organizing this event and trying to filter all the, what does that mean that DOMA is no longer? You know, what did the Supreme Court actually rule on? What did they leave in place? What did they get taken away? Because we knew this was coming, and we know that it takes a while to process once it comes out. We also know that the press is all over it, and they want to know what you think right away. So we were prepared. We already had our talking points, and we're launching a whole new campaign. Just happens to coincide with this.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about that campaign. What are you guys doing? How, what should people be looking for? How can they plug in?
Equality Florida is teaming up with Freedom to Marry, which is a national organization, and it's called, the website is imengaged.org, and that's where they'll find all kinds of stuff. And what it's going to be an educational campaign with the goal is to remove that constitutional amendment, Amendment 2, it's no longer Amendment 2, the anti-marriage amendment. We need to take that out of the Florida Constitution, and so that's our effort to do that.
Now, with equal marriage being recognized by, say, 13 or 14 states now, once California gets done, what does this mean for the human side of this, the human factor? What does it mean to the people? What does it mean to you personally as a partner in a relationship that, you two are in a committed relationship and in a marriage for all intents and purposes? What does that mean that the federal government now is recognizing that?
Yeah, that's something we don't always touch on. I mean, I say we don't always touch on it because I'm on the activist side of it. We look at the facts and we look at the figures, and we're trying to make our talking points and our messaging, and the human side of it is, we kind of put that on the back side. Because it's not really pretty to look at. Discrimination is ugly. So we just kind of put it in the back. So what does that mean? It means that it means on a heart level that we are now more connected with our fellow citizens. I'm sure it's helpful to our self-esteem as a community, as individuals. And it's a great question because we don't think about that much. How does it really harm us? And it does. We've found ways to adapt and to cope, so we don't think about it much. But it kind of reinforces our humanity and our worthiness.
You're in a committed relationship with someone that was from out of this country, and with the immigration laws, now obviously DOMA is going to affect that. What do you hope to see happen? What do you think is going to happen as far as immigration when considering partners or as a married couple now, rather than as two individuals coming into the country?
Right. That's probably the biggest winner in this DOMA ruling. My understanding, and I believe it's correct, is that this is federal law. So if you are legally married in a state that recognizes marriage equality, and you are a citizen of the United States, then you can petition for a fiancé visa, or a fiancé. You can petition for your spouse to have a citizenship here, no matter what state you live in. That's my understanding as we speak. So the biggest winners of this DOMA ruling are binational couples, especially those that have been separated, who have to live in different countries or choose between their country and the person that they love. This is an heroic day for them. I mean, I just can't even imagine how it must feel to be separated from your partner or have to choose between your country that you love and your partner that you love, and be an expat, you know, to be separated from your country and now have that injustice rectified.
Great.
They're the big winners.
Yeah, and I've seen some real heart wrenchers about couples that were pulled apart and they had to decide whether to stay in the country or not and petition or just leave.
It's crazy.
And
there's
they've gotten
no
on the boat.
choice.
They've gone. You know, I mean, you're not going to leave your loved one.
There's no choice. You know, the immigration system is a hot mess. So there's no rationale to it. There's no sense or logic to it. And once you get stuck in that box, there's no up or down or sideways. You can't go anyway. And so the choice is literally: do I, choose my spouse? Do I choose my country? What kind of a choice is that?
Exactly. Now, with all the debate going on with the immigration issue, how do you think this DOMA ruling is going to affect, say, someone like a Marco Rubio, who's not too crazy about the gay provisions in the legislation? Do you think this is going to possibly make him have to change a little bit because he knows it's coming? I
think they just let them off the hook.
Okay.
It let them off the hook because they were absolutely. We heard this from Feinstein as well. And she said, well, we're going to have to wait on this, this ruling, because if this ruling comes down like we think it's going to come down, if DOMA is dust, it's a moot point, It takes it out of the equation. So I think that they all just got off the hook. Will it affect things as they stand right now? I hope not. I don't think so. I think they just got off the hook.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you want to add, or?
I'm excited. I'm excited for our young people, and I especially today think of all the people that came before us and got us to this day. All of our supportive politicians, all the people who are activists, all the way back to Stonewall. It's June, and we've been going a long time at this, and that's the way the United States does things. We're slow, but we'll get there.
Well, we've certainly gotten there today, haven't we?
We did.
Right.
We made big steps today.
Well, Allan, thank you so much for your interview, and keep doing the work you're doing. And I look forward to getting involved in that campaign.